Now, after the warming up session, here are a few questions for you. And I hope the set of videos on transformed functions which you have gone through will help you answer them. So the approach should be, you should copy the question and answer them on your own. You can stop the video during that time. And once you have answered, then look into my suggestions. In case there is a problem, you can always contact me or go back to a related video. That ways you'll get the most out of this. Here the question is, it's about domain and range of transformed function. The function f of x has domain x belongs to real numbers where x is greater than 2 and range of y belongs to real numbers where y is less than -1. Now determine the domain and range of the functions given here. So in these exercises I have given you more than one function so that once we do the first one and you understand the concept, you can do the other two or the rest on your own. The whole idea is to prepare you for a test, right? Now, so we are already given domain and range of a function, and these are the transformed functions, and we need to write domain and range of these transformed functions. The first one is 2 times f of minus 3x. The next is minus 2 f of x plus 1, and then we have minus f of minus x plus 1. As you can see, we have applied horizontal transformation, vertical transformation and horizontal transformation, and all kinds of combinations in this one. So try to do this and then look into my suggestion. In these problems, my suggestion is that you should sketch your function over the simplest possible manner, right? For example, when I'm going to approach this, what I'll do is I'll try to see what is given to me. So it is f of x has a domain of x belongs to real number, x is greater than 2, and range is less than -1. So my point of interest is 2 minus 1. Let's just say this is my point of interest, 2 minus 1. And since x is greater than 2, my function, simple function, could be kind of like this, right? Now where this point is 2 and this point is -1. Or you can write the coordinate here as 2 minus 1. And that is the function. So domain and range of this function is x greater than 2 and y less than -1. Now it becomes much simpler. Keeping these things in head and then solving is extremely difficult, right? Now after this, look into the transformation required. So the very first one for us is y equals to 2 times f of minus 3x, right? So let's consider this one. Vertical stretched by a factor of 2, reflection on y-axis, and horizontally compressed by a factor of 3. Apply these transformations here and see what happens, right? Simple as that. So what vertical stretch by 2 will do? Multiply this number by, or what we can do is, we can transform the point. So major point is 2 minus 1. How will this point get affected if I do this transformation? Y value gets multiplied by 2 and the x value gets multiplied by -1/3, right? So my transformed point is, instead of 2 minus 1, it gets transformed to the x value gets multiplied by -2/3, 1/k factor, right? It is -2/3, and the y value gets multiplied by 2. So we get this number as -2. That is first part. So the point itself moves to -2/3, kind of here, and -2. So 2 units down. So this is, let us say, -2. And kind of closer, right? Here. Now, there is a reflection on y-axis, so of course the direction will change and it will be now like this. Do you see that? So that becomes your domain range, and from here you can see that the domain is now actually less than this value. Do you see that? And range is less than -2. Do you get the idea? So once you do this, a kind of sketch, then it helps you to answer the question. Do you see that? So I'll write answer for the very first one for you, and that is, and in short, that is domain now is less than, so x is less than this value, -2/3. And as far as the range is concerned, range is less than this value, y less than -2, correct? That is how you're going to get the answer. And let me tell you, this is not a simple thing. It needs lot of thinking and processing to get to this answer. But this is definitely a good way of doing it, right? Now follow this method and answer this question. Now in the last one, I'll give you another suggestion. Whenever you have a function like this, you have to see it in the fashion like minus of function and factor this minus out. So when you do that, you get x minus 1. Do you understand? That is what you're going to get. Now in this, the transformation of the points will be, let's say, x and y are the original points. Then the original points, we mean this point we're referring to, right? This point we're referring to. Then the y values will be minus and the x values will be minus and +1, because we are moving 1 unit to the right. So the x values will become minus of the original value +1, and the y value will be negative of whatever, right? So we say negative y. So that will give transformation of the point, and then this will change the inequality. This minus means if it is less than, it becomes greater than. Do you understand? This reverses this. Do you see that? As you noted in the first one. So what you note here in domain and range is two things. Since we have minus here, do you see that? So our inequality direction changed. Instead of greater than, it is less than because of minus. In this case, there is no minus, so inequality sign is same. The points get transformed as per the transformation. So you have to divide this number by -3. There you are. So even without sketching, you could have got the answer. If this is minus, you have to reverse the sign, and it is only affected by x values. So x value should be 2 divided by -3. Do you get my point? You could have derived direct answer also, but that needs more practice. So I'd like you to go through these questions and answer them. And still there is a difficulty, let me know, because this point should be clear to you. Thank you and all the best.